Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. In this lab, we will be discussing about protecting our vCenter Server appliance using native backup and restore feature available in vCenter Server Appliance 6.5. With vSphere 6.5, VCSA has built-in backup feature which removes the dependency on third-party backup tools to backup and restore vCenter Server appliance. Backup of VCSA can only be taken from Appliance Management Interface or WAMI page, whereas restore can only be performed from VCSA UI installer. This native backup and restore feature of VCSA 6.5 helps us to protect vCenter server data and collects the important files into tar bundle and compress the bundle to reduce the load on the network. In this lab, we will be walking through step-by-step procedure of backing up our VCSA appliance 6.5, and then we will be restoring our VCSA using UI installer. So let's get started. So let's log into our VCSA, which we are going to back up. So this is my vCenter server, vcsa-01a.govmlab.local. Now let's give SSO username of your VCSA appliance or vCenter server. So in my case, it is administrator at the rate of vsphere.local. Provide the SSO password. Click on login. So now we are successfully logged in to our vCenter server appliance. Let's check the version of our appliance. So click on help about VMware vSphere. Now you could see the version of our vCenter server is 6.5.0. And if you see in the inventory, I have created a DC called govmlab-dc. If you browse through this DC, you could see there are two ESXi hosts, esx-01a.govmlab.local and esx-02a.govmlab.local. These two hosts has been added to govmlab DC data center. Now, if you expand or browse through ESX01A host, you could see there's a one VM which is running on ESX-01A host. ESX2 host does not have any of the VM running. So this is our inventory of our vCenter server appliance, which we are going to back up. So now let's take a backup of our appliance. So for taking up the backup for our appliance, as I mentioned, we can only take backup of our VCSA appliance using appliance management interface. So let's log in to appliance management interface of our vCenter server appliance 6.5. So this is my appliance management page, or also known as WAMI. And if you noticed, you have to, if you want to get access to this WAMI page, you have to provide vCenter server FQDN following with port number as 5480. So it is always remember 5480 port is the required to get access to appliance management page. Now provide the username. So username would be root, credentials of root user, which we have provided during installation of our vCenter server appliance. So click on login. And now as you could see, we are successfully logged in to our appliance management page. So it shows very clearly the host name is vcsa-01a.govmlab.local. The type of deployment is vCenter server with embedded PSC. Product is, it's a vCenter server appliance. And this is the version. Now if you see on the summary page, we have an option called backup. So if you want to take a backup of your VCSA appliance, click on backup. Now this is the wizard where we have to provide all of our we have to specify the location and credentials for taking a backup of our vCenter server appliance. So click on protocol, and as you could see, It supports HTTPS, HTTP, SCP, FTPS, and FTP as a protocol for performing backup operation. In our particular lab, we will be performing backup using FTP protocol. So select FTP protocol. Now provide the location where you want to backup your VCSA appliance or your vCenter server data. So I have a FTP server running, so I'll provide the FTP location 20.20.1 slash VC hyphen backup. So this is the folder which I have created for storing all of my vCenter server data, and we are going to use FTP as a protocol for backing up all this data over the network. Now give a FTP user. So port is 21, which is used by FTP protocol. Give a username FTP user, password of your FTP user. If you want to encrypt your backup data, you can select this option. So this option will encrypt all of your backup data. Click on next. Now if you could see, it is validating all of user input, and now basically these are the information which would be backed up in the folder defined by us or defined by administrator. So you could see the data which would be backed up is first is common, which will be having your inventory and configuration information, which is around size of 620 MB. And it is also backing up your stats, events, alarms, and tasks, which is your historical data in your vCenter server database. And that size of this data is 27 MB. Now this size of your inventory and configuration or historical data might vary based on your vCenter server deployment size. Since it is our lab environment, it is a very minimal installation of our vCenter server. That's why we have a very less size of backed up data or vCenter server data. Now click on next to proceed with installation. And now you could see it is just giving us an overall review of our backup information. So we are going to use FTP as a protocol. The location where all of the backup data would be, all of the vCenter server data would be backed up is server IP is 20.20.20.1. Port number will be used as 21, and the folder location is VC-backup. Username is FTP user. We have not enabled encryption, so encryption enabled is no, and the backup parts is common, which is your vCenter inventory configuration and your alarms, events, and all the monitoring stuffs. Now click on finish, and now as you could see, the backup has started. Backup job has started. It has started backing up the data, successfully been finished the component scripts backup. As you could see, the backup is in progress. Backup is in progress now. Now, as you could see, it has successfully finished the vCenter server database backup. And now, as you could see, the backup job has finished successfully, and this is the end timestamp when the backup was completed. If you want to make if it's always better to keep a note of this information, what is being shown here, because it would require while restoring the vCenter server backup. So click on OK. Now, if you want to browse through the files which has been backed up, let's go to our FTP location. So FTP location was 20.20.20.1 vc hyphen backup. And now as you could see, all the files, all of the vCenter server data, like as I mentioned earlier, all of the vCenter server data and data get zipped into a tar bundle, and it compress the bundle, right? So if you could see, there are a lot of files like backup hyphen meta data.json file, which is like a metadata file of this backup, which takes care of integrity of the data. We have a database full backup.tar.gz file, image builder. So there are a lot of files. As you could see, these all files are compressed in a gunzip format. So this first part of our lab shows that we have successfully completed, or so we have successfully taken the backup of our VCS appliance, and files have been successfully stored at our backup folder. Now let's move to the next step, which is restoring vCenter server. Now to perform restore operation, let's browse through our VCS 6.5 installer image. So this is our VCS 6.5 installer image. Right click on it, click on mount, and click on VCC UI installer, and this is our click on installer. Now as you could see, the last option is restore operation. So as it shows, restore option is used to restore from a previously created vCenter server appliance backup. So when we want to perform restore operation, we have to go through, as I mentioned, we have to go through the vCenter server appliance 6.5 installer, click on restore. Now as you could see, this restore operation is also two-stage process, and the first step or first stage, the installer will going to deploy a fresh new vCenter server appliance. Like as you could see very clearly, the restoring the appliance from backup is a two-stage process. The first stage involves deploying a new appliance to the target vCenter server or ESXi host, and the second stage transfers data from the backup to the deployed appliance. And always make sure that you shut down the backup appliance before you proceed to avoid network conflicts. So click on next, accept the license agreement, click on next. Now enter all of your backup details. So select protocol as FTP, location, backup location is 20.20.1 slash VC backup, port number is 21, username is FTP user, password is password of your FTP user. Click on next, and now as you could see, we could review all of our backup information. So the location is 20.20.1 slash VC backup. The backup time was this. This is the name of our vCenter server, vcs-018.govmlab.local. Deployment type is vCenter server with embedded PSC. Appliance is having a 2 vCPU, 10 GB memory, 198 GB of disk space, and this is what the build number. So this is what overall review of our backup information. Click on next to proceed. Now provide information of your target ESXi host where this appliance will get deployed, or freshly deployed appliance will be running on that ESXi host. So I'll give a name of our ESXi host, infra-ESXi2.govmlab.local, root username of your ESXi host, password, so we have provided infra-ESXi2.govmlab.local as a target ESXi host where this appliance would be deployed, and the credentials of that host is root, and the password is what are the password we have configured for our ESXi host. Now it is trying to connect to a target server. Click on yes. Now give a name of your VM. So let's give a name saying vcsa-01a. Provide a root password of your new vCenter server appliance. Or let me give a name vc-backup, just for our understanding that we have done the restore operation successfully. So let's give a name vc-backup. Now deployment, let's select tiny default, click on next. This is our data store. Enable thin disk mode, click on next. Now select network as a private management network, IPv4 as a IP version, static IP, and like as you could see, we have not provided this network settings. It was like pre-configured. These network settings were already fetched from our backed up data of our vCenter server, because the vCenter server which we had backed up, it was having a system name as vcsa-018.govmlab.local. IP was 20.20.20.4. Subnet mask was 24. Gateways 20.20.20.20.1, and DNS server address was also 20.20.20.1. So this information got retrieved from our backed up data and got populated here. Click on next. And now here we could review all of our information. So backup and restore details. Then we have a deployment details, data store details, and then we have a network details. So once you have reviewed all of this information, click on finish to continue with deployment. And now as you could see, the deployment of vCenter Server 6.5 has started. Let's wait for it. Will take a bit of time, so let's wait for a few minutes. Oops, there seems to be some connectivity issue. Let me go and fix it. Now as you could see, the deployment of appliance has started. So the earlier issue what we were observing, right, failed to send HTTP data, it was moreover like a connectivity issue where the installer host was not able to reach out to the target ESXi host due to some DNS resolution. So I have solved this problem, solved this issue, and now you could see the deployment of the appliance has started now. Let's wait for a few minutes to get this deployment completed. Now, as you could see, the deployment of the appliance is completed successfully, and now the installation of RPM process has started. Now, as you could see, the deployment of vCenter server completed successfully. Now to proceed with stage 2, click on continue. And this is the second stage of our restore operation. So as you could, so click on next to proceed. Since we didn't have encryption enabled of our backed up data, so we don't require the password, but if you have a encryption enabled for your backed up data, you have to provide the password. Click on next, it's validating it. And now as you could see, this is the you could review all of your information. The backup details is FTP protocol 20.20.20.20.1/VC-backup. This is the port number is 21. Restore details is it will be restored. This build system name is vcsa-01a.govmlab.local. Now click on finish, click on OK. And now as you could see, the restore process has started. And it is starting the configuration file. At this point of time, if you could see, it has started restoring all of the configuration files. So it has successfully finished the database restore, setting up the file permissions for the user group. It has also successfully finished the components scripts restore. Verifying the Postgres server status. And now it has started performing post restore operations. Now it is starting all of the required vCenter services at this stage of restore process. Now, as you could see, we have successfully restored this appliance, and click on this link to get started. So now as you could see, the system name is same, the vcsa-018.govmlab.local. Click on web client, provide SSO credentials. Now as you could see, we are successfully logged into our vCenter server. It has the same system name, vcsa-018.govmlab.local. So the restore operation has happened successfully, completed successfully, and now you could also see it has also restored our inventory information as well. uh, I mean, like, this is what's supposed to do, right? So the restore operation has restore inventory information also successfully. So you could see we have a govm lab-dc data center, ESX01A, ESX02A host, which were added to this vCenter server, and there was a VM running on ESX-01A ESXi host. So that's all we have pretty much in this lab. So in this lab, we have discussed about step-by-step procedure of backing up our vCenter server appliance 6.5 using appliance management interface. We have also discussed about restore operation by deploying a new vCenter server appliance and copying the data from the file-based backup to the newly deployed appliance. And this restore operation was performed using vCenter server 6.5 UI installer. I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching it.